back with your amateur video star. For you, all you e-bike crazy athletes, great job keeping up on the workouts. Awesome job. Hopefully these videos are helpful, but we've got Fun Time Friday. So for Friday, our warm-up is every minute on the minute times 4 minutes. So minute number 1, you're going to do 30 seconds of up downs. Again, those are the burpees without the burpees. So down into a plank, back up, stand up. You're going to do that for 30 seconds. Then for the last 20 seconds before you transition, you're going to do alternating lunges. If you want to spice it up a little, you can do the jumping lunges. If you don't want to spice it up a little, just the regular lunges. Again, make sure that knee does not go in front of those toes. If lunging's not for you, you're going to squat it out, okay? Make sure you're keeping that weight on the heels, and make sure that you're keeping those hips directly in line with your shoulders. Only go as deep as what your hips will let you. Once you work through that, you should have 10 seconds to shift to jumping jacks, regular jumping jacks. If jumping jacks aren't for you, then I suggest getting down and doing some mountain climbers on the floor, okay? Then we've got 20 seconds of plate deadlifts. If you have a plate, you can use that, and you're just gonna straight up, straight back down. Don't have to use a plate. You could use a backpack, you could use your bar, you can use a med ball, anything up and down, but make sure that you're lifting with those glutes and those hamstrings, not your back. You're not lifting in this manner. You're sticking that butt out, sticking that chest up, and pulling straight up the legs, okay? You can also use dumbbells for that. Whatever you have to give yourself a little bit of weight. Doesn't need to be heavy, just something to warm you up. Once you go through that basically 2 times, then you're gonna go into a 3-minute AMRAP. You got a 50-meter run. Really, if you've got a treadmill, great. You can jump on there for about 30 to 45 seconds. If you don't wanna jump on a treadmill, you wanna run outside, just run for about 30 seconds or find a method. If I was gonna have you run here in the gym, I'd probably have you do down and back, and that would be our 50 meters. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to get your heart rate up. You can also run in place, okay? Or if you're down in the basement, run back and forth. Whatever it takes to get that heart rate up. Then we've got 5 ground to overhead. This, you can use a plate, you can use a med ball, you can use a dumbbell, you can use whatever. You're just gonna take it straight up the body and straight back down. I'll turn to the side so that you can see I keep this close to my body and straight back up. You don't wanna swing it out here. That's gonna load your back, and we don't wanna do that. We wanna keep it close and tight. You can also do it with a dumbbell. Grab that dumbbell on both sides, straight up the body, straight back down. So it's almost like you're cleaning it and then pressing it overhead, okay? Keeping everything in line. You can use the med ball for that. You can also just use your barbell. If you wanted, when you have a barbell, you can come from the ground and then press overhead. Whatever works for you, whatever you have available. You can also use a backpack for that. Anything you have available at your house. Then we've got 5 floor presses. Again, you can use dumbbells, you can use a med ball, you can use all the same equipment. Whatever you're using for the ground to overhead, you can use for this. You're gonna put yourself down on the ground, and you're just gonna press to the ceiling. Let your elbows touch and bounce right back up, okay? Again, if you use the dumbbells, same thing, just be very careful that you're keeping them tight and they're all in line. So if you notice everything's in line, don't let it get out here because that loads your shoulders in a negative way and you're gonna injure yourself. You can also use a barbell for that. Let's keep it light, we're just warming up, gang. So work through that as many times as you can in 3 minutes, all right? And that's your warm up for the day. Then we're gonna move into a fun little workout. We've got a buy-in today. We've got 5 sets of running. So if you've got a treadmill, you can do this, or since we've been quarantined, get outside, have a little fun. Find a place where you can run, bring your timer with you, run as hard as you can for 20 seconds. Only 20 seconds, guys, so go as hard as you can, whatever works for you. If running's not your thing, jog, trying to get that pace up a little bit. Then you've got a 40-second recovery. We're not stopping during that period. Here you're gonna take it down to a jog. So if you were sprinting here, you're gonna go to a jog. If you were jogging here, take it down to a fast walk, okay? You're gonna go through that 5 times, okay? So you've got 5 minutes of basically interval running. But then you get a 2-minute rest, okay? So once that rest is over, we're going into an 11-minute AMRAP. So you're gonna set your timer for 11 minutes and you're gonna get through as many rounds of this as you can in that time frame. So we've got 10 ground to overhead. Same movement that we talked about in the warm-up, you can use whatever you want. You can use those dumbbells, you can use those plates, you can use a barbell, but you're just gonna go basically from the ground, straight up your body, press overhead, okay? Right back down to the ground, right back overhead. So every time the object should touch the ground and then lock out above your head, keeping everything in line, okay? Then we've got 10 strict press. These, you can use your barbell, you can use your dumbbells, you can use your plate. So if you're using a plate, you're just gonna be here, you're gonna get that head out of the way, press straight overhead and back down. Same thing with the med ball, straight overhead and back down. If you're using dumbbells, again, make sure they don't get out here. Make sure they're right in line with your shoulders, everything is stacked. Also, don't get this arch in your back. Keep everything stacked. So squeeze those butt cheeks, squeeze those abs and press overhead. Right back down, right back up. Again, just like we've done before, if you're using the barbell, we're not going out and around. So you don't want to go out here and around your face. You want to get your head out of the way, press through the window. Back down, head out of the way, press through the window. Any of those objects will work. Challenge yourself on both of those movements with the weight that challenges you, that it's a tough 10. You shouldn't fly through those 10 and be like, oh man, I wasn't even lifting anything. So use something that's not gonna force you to have to put it down every couple reps, but after a couple rounds, you should be working really hard to get through all 10 of those reps. You may even have to break it into 2 sets of 5, but you shouldn't have to break it any lower than that. If you're breaking it lower than that, then you've got too much weight. You need to reduce that weight so that you can get these done in 1 set or 2 sets every single time. Then you end up with a run. So again, 100-meter run. If running's not for you, again, if we're doing 100 meter, just think about how far that would be. When we're in the gym, you know that we run out to the eye care doors and back in, so kind of guesstimate something in your neighborhood, or you can run a couple ups and downs in your garage, in your basement, wherever you're working out. You can go outside and run, whatever makes sense, but get moving. If running is not for you, again, it's a fast walk, okay, or a jog, whatever works for you. If that is totally out and running is not gonna happen at all, if you've got a bike at home, jump on a bike, go hard for about 10 calories. If you don't have that, the other option is 10 up downs. So just like we did in the warm up, do 10 of those instead of the run, okay? That is, once you get through that, you're gonna post your total rounds and reps for this. So if in 11 minutes I got through this 3 times, which I should get through it more than that, but 3 times, and then I got through my ground overhead and 5 of my strict press, my score would be 3 plus 15, okay? So if you don't finish a round, however many reps you got and ended on is what your score would be, okay? So your complete rounds and then the change that you have left. I'll also post a finisher, something that I don't need to walk through that you guys can do also if you want a little extra on Friday. So when this is posted, I'll make sure that I post that on there too. If you've got any questions, need any modifications, or need anything, let me know, guys. Awesome job this week. Keep it going. I will post something for Saturday for fun that you can do maybe with a friend or with your family, just to spice it up a little if you want to get out and move. Otherwise, I will see you Monday. Keep posting your scores. Keep it coming. And again, if you need anything, holler. Thanks.